All right, y'all. So I guess we got to talk about Madonna, right? Madonna is certified tripping. And she, you know what? She's been tripping for a minute. Like, she's been tripping for a very long time. Because people forget, they act like this is not the first time Madonna has done some blasphemous stuff, specifically against Jesus and Christians. This ain't the first time. And I'm going to show you the other times, but this definitely is not the first time. But this is a very interesting time. And this is a very interesting situation because of the times that we're living in right now. I truly think, and this is just my opinion, I truly think Madonna thinks that she's some type of God. I really think that. And you know what? I blame us. I blame the people that gave her a platform, the people that supported her work, that supported everything that she's done, that literally put her on a pedestal for 30 plus years and have given her this ability to essentially do whatever she wants with no consequences and be rich, be famous. Like, I blame us. Because you got to think about people like Madonna, for example, somebody who's been an A-list celebrity. Madonna has been an A-list celebrity since before I was born. She's been at the top of the top in Hollywood since before I was even on this earth. You think Madonna does her own dishes? No. You think she's doing her own laundry? No. You think she's going grocery shopping? No. You think she's putting gas in her car? No. Like, Madonna has a whole team around her that caters to her every move, her every step. You think she's picking out her own outfits? You think she's doing her own makeup? She literally has a team that caters to her 24/7, along with security, along with yes people all around her that will laugh at all of her jokes. And when you live like this for 30 plus years, literally living like a queen for 30 plus years, don't you think at a certain point you start to develop like, you know, a mindset that is like, yo, I must be like a god or something. I must be like divine or something. Don't you think that these people start to develop that mindset? I think they do, in my opinion. And when it comes to Madonna, I really think that she thinks that she's like a god walking on earth. Because I don't know how else you could justify somebody doing what Madonna is doing, specifically what she just did with this photo shoot and what she just did with this. She put out a whole short film. I can't even show it because it's outrageous, but it's also insanely blasphemous. So I guess Madonna, she's going on tour and she's doing this nationwide tour, performing her best hits over the past 40 years, right? And she's doing promotion. And a part of her promotion is to do this Vanity Fair cover shoot. And they're calling it the Icon issue. This is the first ever Icon issue. All right? And she's posing right now as Mary. She's also posed as Jesus as well. And she's also posing as some satanic, I don't even know what you would call that. I don't even know what you would call that. But let's kind of break these down one by one. This is the cover, and this is Vanity Fair. And obviously we know Hollywood has no problem promoting Satanism. They would actually prefer to, because that makes more money. It's more profitable for Hollywood to promote sinful behavior than it is for them to promote holiness. Because most people don't know Jesus. Most people walking on this earth, they don't know Jesus. They don't know God. They're not Christian. They don't have a relationship with God. So if you don't have a relationship with God, then you are led and you're guided by your flesh, and our flesh by nature is sinful. So it makes more money and it's more profitable for Hollywood to promote sinful behavior because majority of this world is living in their flesh, operating based on the desires of their sin, as opposed to based on the relationship with God and the desires of God's heart. So it's more profitable for them to be satanic. That's just a fact. She's posing on the cover as Mary. Something that I find very interesting from a symbolism standpoint is the number 7. She's got 7 diamond crosses on her neck. You can count them out. There's 7 diamond crosses on her neck. She's also holding this heart that has 7 daggers piercing the heart. Now we know in the Bible, God created the heavens and earth. This is Genesis. God created the heavens and earth in 6 days. On the 7th day, he rested. 7 in the Bible, it represents completion. It represents perfection. And I think that Madonna thinks that she is of a God-like status, of a perfection-like status, that she is able to do these things. And I think that's why she does these things, in my opinion. I could be wrong. Also, she's crying, and her eyes are specifically looking upwards. It's almost like when Mary was crying when Jesus was getting crucified. It's almost like that's like kind of what she's replicating. And you know, Madonna, the crazy thing is Madonna, she has called herself Mary before. She has called herself the mother of Jesus. Let me play this for you real quick. Hold on.
This is Madonna. Mm-hmm. This is Madonna, the mother of Jesus.
She said, this is Madonna, the mother of Jesus. Now, granted, she seemed a little sauced out. She seemed a little drugged out right there. But she has called herself the mother of Jesus before. And that's why I keep saying I truly think that she thinks that she's some type of God. It says, Madonna fans have plenty of reasons to celebrate this week. After announcing her 2023 celebration tour on Instagram, the Queen of Pop was unveiled as the cover star for 3 different European editions of Vanity Fair. It says the pop legend 64 fronts the first ever icon issue. And this is what I'm saying. We idolize these celebrities. We put them on a pedestal. We give them a platform. Now they're icons, right? But what have they done for us except put out music? What have they done for us? I'm just asking. Besides showcase their talents and entertain us, which, hey, we need entertainment. We need that. You know, we need that. But there's a way of which to go about it. We don't have to worship Satan in order to be entertained. You know what I'm saying? It says a collaboration between the Italian, French, and Spanish versions of the glossy in full Virgin Mary mode, decked out in a gilded Dolce & Gabbana headpiece and vintage veil. This image is very interesting as well, because obviously she's mocking Jesus. She's acting like she is Jesus in that moment, right? But everybody at the table, everyone who's supposed to be playing the disciples, right? They're all either women, non-binary, or what it looks like trans, just based on my observation. That's very strategic. That's very intentional. And I know I got all these beeps going on in the background because the trash man is out here trying to take the trash out, doing the devil's work, trying to intervene. I'm just kidding. He ain't doing the devil's work. He doing the Lord's work. Otherwise, that trash would be stinking. So, hey, shout out to the trash man. But it's not by accident that all these people who are supposed to be the disciples are either women, trans, or non-binary. That's just me looking. I could be wrong, but some of these individuals, I don't know. And that's what Hollywood wants. Hollywood wants you to believe that love is love. And I keep saying this. Hollywood wants you to believe that love is love. The number one argument for somebody who does not know Jesus is, well, I thought your God was all about love. That's the number one argument For people who don't know Jesus, the number one thing that they'll say is, "Oh, well, I thought your God was all about love, but now you're judging me. Now you're judging my lifestyle. You're saying that I'm living in sin. That's not loving. That's not what a loving God would do. If God really loved us, why does this, and this happen? Love. Like, that's the number one thing that they want to focus on. But this world doesn't know what love is. This world thinks that being comfortable living and promoting a sinful lifestyle is love. That's what this world thinks. And that's how they twist it. That's how they manipulate it. That's how they pervert it. But something very, very interesting was said. It says, in this very special issue, Madonna becomes Madonna again, an icon, not just the embodiment of a musical trend or a style of dress, but a figure as disturbing as she is sacred. So this is from the head of editorial content for Vanity Fair France, calling Madonna sacred, further perpetuating the idea that further perpetuating the idea that Madonna is some sort of God by calling her sacred. But listen to what she says next. This is the head of editorial content for Vanity Fair France. She said that Madonna has given up her body and her soul to the creativity of the photographers. That's obvious. You think she's given up her soul? You think she's given up her soul? You think she's given up her soul? We can clearly see that. Thanks for finally admitting what we all have seen and what we all knew. And guess what? Like I said, this is not even the first time. This is not even, and forgive me, I don't know what these Spanish words are saying. So if they're like curse words or something like that, I don't know what they're saying. I don't speak Spanish. But this is not the first time. Madonna has been on this blasphemous stuff. She did a whole show where she got crucified on a cross wearing a crown of thorns. She's been on this stuff. She's been giving up her soul. She's been on this. But now they finally admit it. Now they finally say it. People don't care, though. Nobody cares. I care. You care. Most people don't care. Most people just want to be entertained. Most people just want Madonna to be Madonna, right? They just want Madonna to be Madonna. And this is the Madonna that they want because it feeds their flesh. That's what they want. This photo right here is on a whole nother level. I mean, she's got babies all around her parts here. She's got literal eyes on her head, I'm assuming from the babies. She's got arms on her chest from the babies. This satanic looking individual in the background in a red dress. And she's doing this all while she's wearing a white dress, which is very interesting, as to imply some sort of purity. And then she's got these heads in the background right here in these dolls. Like, if we're going to cancel something, how come we're not canceling this? We want to cancel the stuff that shouldn't even be canceled, but we want to just keep the stuff that really should be canceled, that really is detrimental to these young people. She made this really weird statement. So after she posted, what I just showed you, a lot of people were supporting her. Like, a lot of people don't have any issue with this. And this is the problem that I want to just reiterate. Most of the population does not have any problem with this. They actually like it. They actually like it. They actually enjoy it. And she just made a really weird statement. Listen to what she said in reference to the response that she got from posting this.
Thank you to all of my fans for all of your love and support over the last few days. I don't take any of this for granted. I feel like the luckiest girl in the world And I'm so grateful for all of your support. And I can't wait to put the show together and have a moment with each and every one of you on the stage.
Can I just say something? Because she's doing a whole show. This is to promote her entire tour that she's doing. If she's willing to do stuff like this and stuff like this, and like I've shown you, if she's already done something like this before, where she got up on a cross with a crown of thorns, what do you think is going to be going on at her show? What type of ritualistic stuff is going to be going on at her show that all these people are going to be paying for? Y'all literally are going to be walking right into a satanic ritual and not even know it. And y'all going to be having your hands up. Y'all going to be singing all these Madonna songs. Y'all going to be dancing. Y'all going to be getting lit. Y'all going to be having a good time. Y'all literally going to be worshiping Satan and not even knowing it. Whoa, Nick, that's too much. I just want to go to Madonna's show. I just want to have a good time. You know what I'm saying? I ain't worshiping Satan. It's Madonna. Bruh, you can't mix darkness with the light and act like it's still light. No, it's darkness, bruh. It's darkness. But let me just say this. We need to be praying for Madonna because, bro, she looks drugged out in this video. And this is just a few days ago. She looked drug out. She looked strung out. She looked like she don't look good. She don't look like a normal, healthy, discerning human being. It looks like somebody, like the editorial manager said, has given up her soul. But let's continue.
Celebrate the last 4 decades of my journey, and I don't take any of this for granted. Yeah, thank you. I just want to.
And I guess another reason why I am so concerned about stuff like this, and this further reiterates why I think TikTok is so evil, is because, and this is a good thing and it's a bad thing, but the access that TikTok has to the youth is absolutely terrifying. And the reason why I said it's a good thing or it could be a bad thing is because what I'm about to show you right now is an example of the bad. But a good thing about TikTok is that you can reach the youth and you can preach the gospel and you can share the words of Jesus with the youth through TikTok. I've done that. A lot of people are doing that and will continue to do that. And that's what we're called to do. But on the flip side, there's also a lot of evil people who have much easier access to the youth than ever before. So this is an interview not an interview. I guess Madonna did like a collaboration of sorts with this individual named Terry Joe. Now, Terry Joe, extremely popular on TikTok. When she goes live, she probably has more people watching her live than most of these $1 million plus late night show on these major networks that have crazy money in production, crazy money in marketing, but can't even get, 100,000 people to watch their show every night. Terry Joe probably gets more views than most of these late night shows. And apparently Madonna is a fan of Terry Joe. And so Madonna went on Terry Joe's show on TikTok Live. And I watched the majority of it. I didn't watch the whole thing, but something that's very interesting, and I'm going to show you this in a second, is the amount that they were talking about Jesus and Christianity. A lot of it was mocking Christianity. A lot of it was making fun of Christianity because Terry Joe, I would consider her to be like a comedian. And a lot of the time they were mocking Christianity, but in some moments, they did get serious And Madonna did share a little bit about her faith and what she believes in. So just take a listen to a little bit of what Madonna was saying.
You have a lot of patience.
I do, actually. That's what being a Christian has taught me.
I see that you're a very spiritual person. I am too.
Yeah.
Good. I
Well,
pray for people. I feel like praying for people takes up 50% of my day.
you know what? I knew you and I had a connection because there's a lot of people on here who don't know nothing about Jesus Christ. And I can tell that you're a God warrior.
I am.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
So I got to pause it because they get crazy in this interview. At one point, they start talking about, you know, Madonna's going to send her some panties in the mail that she was wearing. It gets weird. But the reason I wanted to show you that was because Madonna said that she spends 50% of her day praying for other people. And whether you want to believe that that was satire, what she was joking, or she was serious, or not, when she said that statement, I don't know why, but I feel like she was actually saying that from a genuine place. Like she actually does pray for people a lot. And even Terry Joe, and this is where it gets comedic, right? Is, you know, Terry Joe was saying like, yeah, I know I can understand that you are a warrior for God. And Madonna said, yeah, I am. You know, it's interesting because Christians aren't the only ones that pray. There's people who don't believe in Jesus who pray as well. What do you think this manifestation stuff is? What do you think all these, you know, mantras and, you know, all of these different things are that people be saying? People pray. You don't have to be a Christian to pray. But if you're not a Christian, if you don't know Jesus and you're praying, then you're praying to demons. That's the difference. You're not praying to Jesus because you don't know Jesus. You're praying to demons. So I just think it's interesting that she says these things. You know, she says that she has a relationship with God. Madonna even said, in reference to the cover shoot that I just showed you, she said that this was not meant to be offensive towards Christians. I think there's a part of Madonna that actually believes that she is doing the will of God. I think there's a part of Madonna that actually believes that she is serving God and bringing people closer to God. I think there is a part of that, in my opinion, in Madonna that believes that to be true. You know, I'm reminded of Matthew 7. And this is the famous verse that everybody says is like the scariest verse in the Bible and, you know, yada, yada, yada. But Matthew 7, it says, you know, on judgment day, many will say to me, Lord, Lord, we prophesied in your name and casted out demons in your name and performed many miracles in your name. But God says, I will reply, I never knew you. Get away from me, you who break God's laws. Now, I'm not a theologian. I'm not a pastor. I'm sure there's a lot of other people who could break down this specific verse and be a lot more correct from a biblical standpoint than I'm about to be. But when I read this verse, it implies to me that there's going to be, or that there is currently, a lot of people on this earth who think in their head that they have a relationship with Jesus, when in actuality, that couldn't be further from the truth. And I think there's a lot of people, a lot of young people who think that they know Jesus, who think that they're a Christian, who think that they're serving the Lord. But in reality, that couldn't be further from the truth. And when I see Madonna, specifically when she goes on TikTok live with one of the most popular TikTokers in the world, who has so much influence over young people, when I see her acting, because I didn't even show y'all the bad parts, but y'all can watch this whole interview and you can see what I'm saying. But when I see her acting like this and being the way that she's being, vulgar, overly sexualized, blasphemous, but then getting on TikTok and saying that she prays 50% of the day and that she's a warrior for God and things like that. I know there's a lot of discerning individuals who can see right through that, but there's still some children who are younger in the faith, some teenagers who are younger in the faith, who might think that that's a representation of God and that all God is simply love, like this world wants you to believe. And when they see Madonna doing things, and when they must see Madonna, blaspheming God and mocking God, but yet saying that she has a relationship with God, they think that that's okay. And they become desensitized to that. And their idea of God is warped because of their choice to follow Madonna. I'm not saying that was any of you guys. I'm not saying that, discerning Christians are going to fall into that trap, but I think many people will. And that's why when the verse says, many will say to me, didn't I prophesy? Didn't I do all these good works in your name? But the Lord will say, get away from me. I never knew you. I think we're going to have a whole generation of young people growing up who think that they know the Lord, who think that they have a relationship with Jesus, but in actuality, they don't. They actually have a relationship with the God that they've created in their mind, with the God that is okay with their sin, with the God who is just about love and love is love. That's the God that they have a relationship with, but they don't have a relationship with the true living God who is Jesus Christ. And that's a scary thing to kind of think about. Ultimately, I think, as always, like I always say, is like, pray for Madonna. Because I say this time and time again, the devil would like nothing more than to use these people who say they pray, who say that they're warriors for God. The devil would like nothing more than to use those people as an example to show this perverted version of what it means to know Jesus, to mislead, to misguide, and deceive many more people in exchange. The devil would like nothing more than that. So pray for Madonna. I pray that Madonna actually comes to know Jesus, not this version of Jesus that she's made up in her head. That's my prayer. What do y'all think about this video, man? What do y'all think about Madonna? What do you think about the tour? Get in my comments. Let me know what y'all think. Become a member on Patreon if you want to support our work. The link is down below in the description. Like this video. It helps out a lot for the algorithm. Yeah, that's it, man. I'm out.